Old bicycle chain guard. Look at that. That's got a few years on it. That's cool. I'd say that's from the 50s or 60s. On to the next
one. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Jackson, Michael, Chick Magnet, and Lost Soul. How you guys doing tonight?
Doing fine.
How's everybody in chat doing? We got Brian Ollier, David Alfonsetti, Neil, Chop Shop, Brian, Torchy. I think Muddy's in here too. You got Muddy and Carrie. Good evening, everyone. From the the great state of Florida. Yay. Anyways, the people on the YouTube side, you notice that I've used this picture twice now. I did not know. Well, I did, but I forgot about it. Up until 1901, the town I come from in Grass Valley was a mining town. That's how it got founded. Largest hard rock mine in the world for 100 years. Up until 1901, they had this big wooden miner at the gates at which you came into town. It was the only road into town, so you had to drive under this tall wooden miner to get in there. I'd forgotten all about it. Hi, Cam. Oh, and Lucinda's in here in background. The old Billies. Oh.
Hello, Lucinda.
Hi, Lucinda.
We got 19 people here. Oh, Mark, Casino Detectors. Your package is going out tomorrow, Mark. Hi, Beth. And go ahead.
No. Finish your story. I didn't.
Oh, it's not a story. I'm making an announcement for Anna Mermaid Metal Detecting. Hi, Jim. There was a mix-up yesterday. Shane put her name in the lineup. It wasn't supposed to be there. She's going through her finals at school. She will be back after May 11th. She told me to tell everybody. And she's sorry about the mix-up. Apparently, I don't know if Shane dropped the ball, didn't see it, or what happened, or got confused. But anyway, she won't be back till after the 11th. She's really sorry about the mix-up. So,
yeah,
go ahead, Jackson.
Oh, Mark. Oh, I was watching a video last night on the Sunshine Mine disaster.
The what?
The Sunshine Mine disaster is the second largest mining disaster in American history.
Really? Hi, Yodi.
Idaho, I believe. 92 men dead, or 91
Ouch.
men dead. The two survivors. There's a good video on YouTube. I believe it was Nat Geo, but there was two survivors. They survived in the mine for like 8 days.
Ooh.
It wasn't initially a cave-in. It was a fire that led to cave-ins, but it was a fire. So most of the guys died from carbon monoxide. You know, they're hacking and coughing.
Yeah.
They're falling over dead where they sit.
Dang.
As usual, all the usual suspects. You know, inactivity by management. The good management was gone. The second management didn't want to call for the evacuation until it was too late, and then the hoist operators start dying. You know, the natural progression of a mine disaster.
Yeah. As usual.
I do like watching disaster videos to see what went wrong.
Oh yeah, and you always wonder. Then everybody tries. All the people who own it or have anything to do. Thank you, Mark. Hi, Nick. Always try to avoid any. Oh, it wasn't our fault. You know, that's what I always love.
Well, that's the thing about a lot of other countries. They actually prosecute the mine owners, dam owners, things like that. A lot of your other westernized countries actually prosecute them and generally get at least some time out of them. You know, the owners and the couple of people in charge would get three or 4 years or a year or something. America is one of the few places where they can never make them stick.
Yeah.
I also learned something else new today. Apparently there is no such thing as a meow between adult cats. Meow is a sound they made up only to speak to humans.
Exactly.
They don't meow to each other. They only meow to a human.
No, they headbutt and they chirp.
I mean, they'll make other noises, but the actual meow, your cat's common sound,
was
that's made up to talk to you.
Yeah, that's for humans. I'm going to share something here. I wish I could make it bigger. But good old Microsoft sometimes. I don't know if you can see that. That is the main shaft going down.
Double click on the.
Huh?
Double click on the picture.
Okay.
Oh, it's just forwarding it.
Yeah. But let me bring up a different one here if I can. Close that one out. That's not what I wanted. So yeah, it's gated now. They'll give you tours. You can actually ride the cars now as far, and each one of those cars hold 40 people. The winch. Let me get that out of there. The winch on that thing was something like 16, 18 feet tall, and used like 1.5-inch cable, and they pulled like, I think it was 8 to 10 cars at a time. And the mine has 3,677 miles of tunnels underground and shafts, just under the town of Grass Valley. The whole town of Grass Valley is all undermined, all mine shafts and tunnels. And back in the 80s, they decided to repave the main street through town, not realizing just a few feet under was a tunnel. So when they tore it out, they got this big hole in the ground. Well, they didn't cover it back up. Well, the main street is on a hill, traverses it. So on the downhill side, off of that tunnel they had in the ground, there was a shaft that went down to another tunnel that led right into the bottom of a business there that was a clothing store, and their basement was all full of brand new Levi's. Well, the next morning when the guy went in, all those brand new Levi's were gone. Somebody went in through the street, got in there and stole like 2,500 pairs of Levi's.
The paper mill, paper travels by rail. So one time the rail car come in, they opened it up. It was right full of sneakers, the whole rail car. There weren't any in there by morning.
Hi, old 41. Hi, Stephen.
These train thefts are pretty bad out here. They have I'm in Burlington, Northern Santa Fe, and Union Pacific Country. The train thefts are so bad out here. They know where the trains are going to get robbed at. You know, these particular spots or whatever. So they'll have the rail police. They go sit a couple of miles away, 5 miles away, 10 miles away, with binoculars, and watch this train getting robbed. And they let the criminals rob everything they can, load their truck up, and then they just have highway patrol pull them over right when they're leaving. But they're so used to it, they have a cross-load crew and a truck waiting to go for when the next people rob. Yeah. That's just what they do out here. You know, they're turning us into an intermodal yard, or they're expanding to an intermodal yard. That ought to be interesting.
Yeah, I was looking for something, but I don't think you can find a story on it anymore. It was made the local newspaper. But where I live, 13 miles away, is Colfax, California, and Southern Pacific ran through there. Well, you know, it has a side yard where they can dump cars off and this and that. They dumped a car off there one day, and it said right on the side TNT. It was loaded with TNT. Well, somebody's kids think, you got TNT and you got dynamite. You can shoot a stick of dynamite, it will do nothing. If you shoot a stick of TNT, it will explode. These kids had a gun. It was a Sunday morning. They were out shooting things, and one of them decided to shoot the rail car. So there was nothing left of the car, nothing left of the kids. The two kids were missing. They figured out who it was, but that was a long time ago. But yeah.
Yeah, I was doing some work for one of the guys. They were talking about a derailment that happened a few years ago back here. There's a really big hill headed towards Vegas. Right at the top of the hill, right at the front of the train.
Thank you, Brian.
A coupler broke. One of the coupler for the train, and it was filled with iron ore pellets. They estimate that by the time those train cars got to the bottom of the hill, to the curve at the bottom of the hill, they were doing 180 miles an hour the whole train.
Wow.
He says, man, we were out there so long, because that's what this guy did. Was he was a traveling train wreck guy, or a train wreck guy in this area. He says, we spent so long trying to pick up those pellets. He says, there will be iron pellets on that ground forever. They will never all be cleaned up.
Yep. Okay, and this one I'm going to bring up because I had just been there the day before, and this happened the next day. In 1973, there's a Union Pacific rail yard in Roseville, California. Well, 73, it of course, just like any other railroad, moves ammunition for the U.S. government. Well, it went off one day in Roseville. And I worked with a girl that just lived 2 blocks away from it. Luckily, she wasn't home. But hi, Georgianne. And it pretty much flattened the whole rail yard. But
Hey, Georgianne.
let's see. See if I can get this picture. Okay, that's going to be a
There's
fun
a lot of industrial accidents like that. If you actually get into watching them, it's worse than a rabbit hole to go down, because it just doesn't end.
yeah.
You ever get into the nuclear rabbit hole, that one just goes on forever.
That's the day after. Yep, and I had just been there the day before. Glad I missed that.
You missed all the action, Bill.
I did. That's fine by me. That's one of those things. Yeah, I don't mind missing that.
Yeah, if you ever like watching good disaster videos on like chemical plants, things like that, UCSB has some great,
Some good ones. Okay.
well-made videos on them. They're only about 20-30 minutes usually, and different things. One of them, this dude was out in Texas or somewhere remote. He's working in some kind of a chemical transfer station or whatever, and something happened, leaked, whatever. I don't remember exactly, but he falls down and gets sick. Dies. His wife goes to take him lunch because that was a prearranged thing or whatever. You know, hey honey, I'm gonna be out at building 47 or something. You know, his wife goes to take him lunch, walks in there and falls over dead. One of the new rules that OSHA recommended off of that through this UCSB was also, not allowing unauthorized personnel in the work areas, like your wife delivering lunch.
Yeah.
Is no longer allowed.
No, Richie, you talk about just missing. Well, I just missed that. And remember the NorCal earthquake of '89? I know Zachson knows about it. Anyways, I missed that by a day. I passed through the day before that happened.
The place I used to work blew up too. If you type in Maine, J Maine paper mill, and an explosion will come right up.
Oh, cool.
The neatest ones that I never knew exploded were grain elevators, and I guess they really go boom. I didn't realize how that much fine flammable dust, when combined with explosive powers, because when they go boom, it's just like whoosh.
Thank you. You just reminded me of another place, Zaxxon. And because of the fine dust, this place we used to work, we had a lot of dust. And the new guys, what we do, because I worked the night shift, we'd have barbecues out back. It was actually an open pit. And you'd sneak up, a new guy'd be sitting there, you'd have a handful of sawdust, and you'd throw it in the fire, and it would.
Well, have you ever get a packet of powdered coffee creamer, like from the store?
Thing. Yeah.
Hold it over a lighter and sprinkle it out. It burns quickly.
Yeah.
It goes. You try to set it on fire on the ground, it doesn't burn quite so well. But when it's in the air, it burns really fast. And they're saying a lot of what this does is the fire will start, and it would be just a flash fire, but the air from the flash fire stirs up everything, which stirs up everything, which stirs up everything. This is all nanosecond style time. It's and they just go boom.
We used to have a storage vessel for a dried starch at the paper mill, and that was highly flammable.
Yeah. Almost anything's flammable when you grind it up small enough.
Well, that's like of course, they call them grainers in woodworking, but they have the same thing in metal shops. But they use water to cool it down, and that water, or they have ones that are dry and suck the metal dust up into it. Then it's got to go into water because that's highly flammable. A lot of people don't realize dry rocket fuel, 1/3 of that is powdered aluminum. But when you do a wet table, you got to put oil in there so the metal doesn't rust, the steel doesn't rust. Well, the oil, the aluminum and steel, all that, as it dries out, it turns solid and creates hydrogen. Along with what's the dry powder, it's all combustible, highly combustible. So in a metal shop, you're allowed to have 255-gallon drums of this waste, and you got to get rid of it. They charge something like $8,000 a barrel to get rid of it now. But if you have more than that, you're fined even more, because one of those goes off. It's kind of like about 1,000 to 1,500 pounds of TNT exploding. So.
Oh, you'd like the UCSB videos, Bill. They're you get to watch. It's just normal everyday blue collar people doing blue collar things, and a valve turned wrong, a hose connected wrong. They go through the entire chain of events which leads up to this catastrophe, and it's like, oh yeah, Bob messed up. I heard a good saying from one of the guys. They were talking about oil refineries were so big that a lot of oil refineries, they just give the guys bicycles to ride back and forth. They got bicycles for transportation, and they were claiming that it's a rule or an unwritten rule or whatever you want to call it. You never run when you're working there, no matter what's wrong. And the reason being, if anyone around you sees somebody running, they assume it's all going to shit and they should run too. So there was no running allowed in the refineries.
Yeah. Johnny, I can't answer that. Come back next week, because next week Zach came up with a thing, because I've done so many different jobs during my life. We're going to have a quiz to see. Some people know some of the jobs because I've mentioned before. How many and what kind of jobs did I do?
We're going to need to run a longer show.
Yeah.
All right, I got one for you, Bill. Do you name that part? You of all people should be able to know.
Oh God.
Looks like some type of hydraulic.
I believe it is, but I can't remember for what.
It is a hydraulic flow control valve to slow down the speed of a hydraulic ram.
Yeah, I should have known that. No, not a gas regulator valve, Cam. Wrong material for gas regulator valve.
One of my rams goes down really fast, like stupid fast, and that was one of the complaints. So they got me a flow control valve. I don't understand why you can't adjust it on the pump, but you can't.
The only thing I ever wanted to know is, why can the Japanese and every other country build hydraulic valves that don't leak back, but Americans can't seem to?
Because Japan and other countries, the ones that are trying for quality, build with quality in mind, while Americans build with production cost in mind.
Yeah.
That's why I don't care what series of Toyota you have. You can have the most expensive Toyota on the planet, and the stereo is trash compared to a bottom of the line Dodge.
Yeah. Oh, I know that.
And that even the interiors, they're a little lackluster. They're not as beautiful as you think they should be. But even like the higher end Lexuses, the stereos are trash compared to a Dodge. And the reason is simply Toyota spent their money on quality and reliability, and Dodge spent their money on creature comforts and things people like.
And that's why they break down. But anyway, no, because
Nobody
like
likes to fix the broken
every piece of
Dodge
American
automotive.
equipment I ever ran, like loaders, backhoes, anything like that, You always had to set the bucket or the blade down because they were going to leak and fall on somebody. Forklifts, the same thing. If it was American made, press brakes made in America, free sheet metal working, same thing. You're done. You had to take wooden blocks and block up the ram so it wouldn't drop. You get Japanese made products, you can leave the bucket up overnight on the backhoe, come back the next day, and it's still in the same spot you left it.
Yeah, back then it was just all quality.
Yeah.
What a lot of people don't realize either is after we flattened Japan, we spent a lot of money rebuilding Japan with the latest and greatest there was. So like Toyota, Honda, you know, the plants that are over there, while our auto manufacturers were having to upgrade and do things like that, we went and gave them entirely brand new plants with the best stuff that we could. That we had.
Oh, I know.
We
but you know what they did? They took our stuff
and knocked it off.
We gave them, not only made knockoffs, they actually reverse engineered and made it better.
I know. The Toyota Straight Six that's in, you know, like my Land Cruiser all the way back, that was knocked off of the Ford Straight Six from the 50s. It might have been the GM one, but that was knocked off and improved from there. Nope, Farley. Hydraulic oil control valve. But yeah, they reverse engineered and we gave them the best stuff to do it. Have you ever watched one of the videos of the Afghans or, you know, whatever Middle East country this is, building the pistols?
Yeah. All handmade in somebody's house on a dirt floor. Yeah.
Well, they're all reverse engineered. I saw one of the comments on there. One of the guys was complaining about them hand fitting everything, and one guy complains, I would never want to hand fit a pistol or something like that. And somebody with a little more knowledge commented to him. He said, you know, the highest end guns in America, or the highest end guns you can get, are all hand fitted.
So there's only one drawback to that, and that's what happened in World War II. You could take an M1 Garand, take 1,000 of them, strip them all down, throw them in a big bin, mix them up, and pull out the parts, and you have a working gun. They made what was called a riser submachine gun that was hand fitted. Therein lies the problem, because you could have two of them, take them apart, swap parts, they wouldn't work.
No two are the same, yeah.
No two are the same. And that's how America won the war. We didn't make things better. We made more of it, and everything was interchangeable.
Yep.
So, like the Germans made better tanks, but if one broke down, they couldn't pull parts off of another one because, like you said, they were hand fitted. But an M4 Sherman broke down, and tranny went out. There was one next to it, even though it wasn't the same tranny. They mounted the same way, so they could pull one out of another and make it mount. I didn't realize this till years later.
Well,
there was 8 manufacturing plants that made Shermans. They didn't make any of them exactly alike, but you could take any part from one and use it in another.
They were. There's a great series. It's called I think it's called How Manufacturing Won the War. They were talking about this, and they were trying to get, once they finally did rope Henry Ford in to help them, they tried to get Henry Ford on board with building the planes. And every week or two, they would come out with a new revision. And he went to Congress or whoever he had to go to. He says, look, I'll build you planes. He says, I'll build you as many damn planes as you want, but you got to stop changing the plans. You can't keep changing everything on me. He says, you give me one set of plans and let me run for 3 or 6 months with that.
Yeah.
You give me a master set and we're gonna stop production there. And that's what they did, and they started beating them out. Same thing with Kaiser Health. Kaiser Health, he started out as a shipbuilder, and he wasn't even much of a shipbuilder. He was actually a boat builder for the Bayou, and he was just an ambitious guy. He started building these cookie cutter, crappy U.S. boats, you know, like destroyers or something, like freighters or something like that. Cookie cutter, crappy U.S. boats, modular design and all that. And his thing was production. So the first month they put out like 3 of them. The next month they put out 7. The next month they put out 28. And they just kept doing this. And one of the ways they attracted workers was because workers were in high demand back then. That's why you had all the females in the workforce and everything. One of the ways they attracted workers was Kaiser offered
free childcare, which all the manufacturers started doing, and then he offered free health care. So this was the first time in a lot of these Okies' lives that they had the chance to go to a dentist or a doctor or anything like that. He offered free health care. And after the war, they figured out that the healthcare was so lucrative that they didn't even build boats anymore. They just went full on into the healthcare industry and making. That's how Kaiser Healthcare got its start. Was they actually offered free healthcare to their workers?
Hi, Amanda. Hi, William. Yeah, the thing about World War II, we won it by manufacturing the few things. The M4 Sherman wasn't the best tank, but there were so many of them. The Jeeps held wind because the Germans couldn't even duplicate the Jeep. They couldn't keep up with production.
It's production.
We used gasoline. They used diesel in their tanks. The M1 Grand, almost halfway through the war, every serviceman had an M1 Grand, a semi-automatic rifle. The volley of fire from that compared to a bolt action was just astronomical. And we learned to make good enough and more of it.
Everything they made was better. You know, they could put one Panzer off of the line. We could put 15 Shermans. So it didn't matter if we lost 10 to finally get that Panzer or Tiger off. You know, it didn't matter if we lost 10. We had the boats.
Every Sherman had its own toolkit with it, and they could repair it right in the field. They couldn't do that with the German tanks.
Yeah.
Not only that, you could have 2 down German tanks. Well, could we take parts from this one and put in this one? No, you couldn't. You got 2 down. That was the problem. We not only had more tanks, but for every 5 they knocked out, 4 made it back to the line the next day that they knocked out.
Yeah. I watched one on D-Day. They were talking about the British came up with this elaborate temporary dock to build for the landing forces or whatever. So once the main fight of D-Day was over, the Army Corps of Engineers got one to put together, and the British got one to put together. The Army Corps Engineers put theirs together in like 3 days and had stuff rolling across it to unload. The British took like 3 months to get theirs together. The difference was the British put in every bolt. They did everything right. They did everything perfect, the way the directions said. The Army Corps Engineers just wung it and got this thing up and running. They used that thing for 3 months, some timeline like that. After the 3 months, a big storm came through. The one the Army Corps Engineers built got absolutely wiped out. You know, it wasn't built properly. The British one, the one the British built was just fine. But the difference was we got ours up and running faster. Just pure production.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We got everything up. Oh, another thing is we had the bazooka. Well, they didn't have anything like that at the beginning.
Oh, the bubble gum?
Yeah, the bazooka bubble gum. And that was initially turned down, and the first time they tried to use it was a fiasco because a whole bunch of them hit Normandy Beach. Nobody ever used them, and they didn't train anybody to go over to train them how to use them. So the guys had no idea what they were supposed to do with them, and half the ammunition got wet. But once they figured things out, Bazooka Joe comics. Yeah, the Germans knew we had something. So
weren't we the only ones to use a flamethrower too?
Pardon?
Weren't we one of the only ones vicious enough to use a flamethrower?
The Germans had them, not in numbers. The Japanese had them in numbers. But we started it, the flamethrowers. And actually, all the sites had backpacks, but we had flame-throwing tanks.
Yeah.
What was that? What was that disposable unit that we had to take out tanks? Shoulder fired?
That came later. That came after World War II. That was the laws. Yeah. It still is.
Yeah, the laws.
Yeah. Even though they don't show it anymore, they still use that because the one they replaced with it is twice as heavy or 3 times heavier, larger projectile, but you got to carry separate rockets. So every man in a whole outfit can carry 2 of the what they call the Laws rockets, the small ones, light anti-armored weapon. Yep, M72 can, but because that's less than 10 pounds for 2 of them. But the newer ones are better against armor, smaller ones, they use explosive rounds for, troops. So,
Bill, there's something wrong with your internet.
why?
Every single time that you're talking that, there's a lap over your picture.
Really?
Yeah,
Anybody else see that?
doing it every single time that you're
Once or
talking.
twice, but it's not intolerable or anything.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've seen that little.
Yeah, it's a
I
glitch.
saw
I mean,
a flash over there, but it's not intolerable.
yeah, I saw it too, but I didn't think it was that bad. So
It's not.
a couple times.
You got gremlins in your system, Bill.
Yep. Anyways, hey, Rich, you got some trivia? Because I got a cat problem I got to go take care of. Thank you.
Yep,
Be right
sure.
back, guys.
Oh, time to lose more hair.
All right. I always try to pick an oddball subject,
All right.
and this is the Planet of the Apes trivia.
Yeah, I'm out.
Beneath,
You were there, Dan. You're going to have to pull us on this one.
I'll try.
in beneath the Planet of the Apes, what do the underground mutants worship? Is it a sacred flame, a buried spaceship, an atomic bomb, or a hidden ape relic?
Atomic bomb.
Hidden ape relic.
And
What was
Michael's
the
all
first
over
one?
it. The first one was a sacred flame.
Yeah,
So it was a bomb.
Yep, an atomic bomb. I take it that Michael knows a lot about this subject. So.
Oh, wait. Are we talking about Sasquatch country or?
What is the name of the city where the mutants live underground? Is it Neo York, the Forbidden Zone ruins of New York, Ape City, or Nova Prime?
The
Ape City.
Forbidden City of New York.
Anybody else?
What was the question? I missed that.
What is the name of the city where the mutants live underground? This is Planet of the Apes trivia.
Oh, Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
Neo York, the Forbidden Ruins of New York, or Ape City, or Nova Prime?
Forbidden City, I think.
Yep, that's correct. Michael got it. I just let everyone else guess it too. In the escape from the Planet of the Apes, how do Zyra and Cornelius travel to the past? A time machine, an alien intervention, a wormhole accident, or Taylor's repaired spaceship?
Taylor's repaired spaceship.
Yeah, spaceship.
Correct. I take it, Dan, you're just going to go with what they say?
I might as well. It's the only way I'm going to get things right.
You don't know that.
What is the name given to the child of Zyra and Cornelius? Is it Milo, Cornelius Jr., Caesar, or Aldo?
Caesar.
Who said what?
Caesar.
I
Caesar.
said Aldo.
No, it's actually Caesar.
See, I might as well stay with the crew.
In Conquest of the Planet of the Apes, what event sparked Caesar's rebellion? The destruction of Ape City, a failed experiment, the killing of his caretaker Armando, or human civil rights?
Killing of his
Human
caretaker.
civil war, I mean.
Sure.
Killing of his caretaker.
Correct. In the battle for the Planet of the Apes, who is the guerrilla general opposing Caesar? Is it Ursus, Aldo, Virgo, or Aldo?
Aldo?
You said Aldo twice, didn't you?
Nope, there's a.
Oh.
Yeah, there is an Aldo twice. I didn't catch that. Yeah, it's Aldo. Aldo's the answer.
Yeah, it's Aldo.
What phrase does Aldo famously violate, exposing his intelligence? Ape shall not hate, ape shall not rule, ape shall not kill, ape or apes obey Caesar.
Ape shall not kill.
D.
Correct. In Planet of the Apes, what is the unusual about the ending? Earth is destroyed, apes leave the planet, humans evolve again, or Ape Lincoln appears at the memorial.
The Earth is destroyed.
Yeah.
You want to guess, Dan?
The Earth is destroyed.
Incorrect. Ape Lincoln appears at the memorial
I've never seen the
Oh,
movie.
that's right. I forgot about that.
Oh,
right
yeah.
at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, personally, I've never seen Planet of the Apes.
Oh, you need to watch it, Dan.
Oh, it's fun.
Even the old ones from the 60s are good
Yeah.
to watch.
Well, that was the old one from the 60s.
In Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, what
Hi,
human
Marty.
structure do both sides try to destroy? Is it a dam, a military base, a hospital, or a hydroelectric dam?
What were the first two?
A dam, a military base, a hospital, or a hydroelectric dam?
Those are-
Military base.
Yeah, I'm gonna say military base too.
Michael?
military
Yes.
base.
It's not the military base, it's the hydroelectric dam.
Oh, I should have figured because they said it twice. Yeah.
I was gonna say that.
Well, they didn't
Dam was
say it
one.
completely. They said a dam, then they said a hydroelectric dam.
Right.
Yeah.
I was gonna say hydro. Didn't go with my gut, and I didn't. I went with more of
In
an obvious.
War for the Planet of the Apes, what nickname do soldiers give Caesar? The Ape King, the General Ape, the Liberator, or Cobra's Ghost?
B.
No.
You saying, Mike?
I was gonna say liberator, but it's not it.
Is the chat coming up with anything? B, C. The answer is D, Cobra's Ghost.
Yeah.
Which actor portrayed Caesar through motion capture in the reboot? Let me say it again. Which actor portrayed Caesar through motion capture in the reboot trilogy? Is it Doug Jones, Andy Serkis, Toby Kebbell, or Steve Zahn?
Steve Don.
I'm gonna go with Michael.
No, Michael's wrong. It's actually B, Andy Serkis.
Yeah.
Remember the old adage, the one I have the most trouble pronouncing is usually the correct one.
Yeah.
That's the last one of Planet of the Apes trivia.
Oh, I'm kind of surprised it didn't ask what did the guy and the girl say when they found the Statue of Liberty.
All right, what did they say?
Those bastards, blah 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 blah.
Marquita, hello.
Hey, Marquita.
All right, we got to come up with a new trivia subject.
Okay. Hi there. Stay over here. Don't step on my keyboard. Thank you, girl. Let's see.
All right, let's see how difficult these are. We need something tougher than that.
Talking to me? No. Okay. Talk to my sister from New Zealand.
All right, this is Groundhog trivia.
Oh.
Ooh.
The tradition behind Groundhog Day originates from which European holiday? Is it Yule, Oktoberfest, Candlemas, or May Day?
Oktoberfest. Just, I don't know why. That's right, Gregory. Whistle pigs. Hi, Leanne.
The answer is C, Candlemas.
Oh.
Which animal was originally used in Europe with similar shadow predictions before the groundhog? Is it a fox, a wolf, a hedgehog, or a badger?
A hedgehog.
Yeah, I'll go with hedgehog.
And you are correct. It is hedgehog. What is the average lifespan of a groundhog in the wild? 1 to
7
2
years.
years, 3 to 6 years, 8 to 10 years, 12 to 15.
3 to 6.
Yeah, 3 to 6.
Yeah.
3 to 6 is correct.
I was gonna say probably 2 years if somebody had a shotgun.
Groundhogs belong to which larger animal family? Muridae, Leopardae, Canidae, or, oh boy, Scurridae?
I was thinking Coney Island myself, but I could be wrong.
D.
A.
Dan, you're absolutely correct. It's D. Whatever that is. What is the name of the location where Punxsutawney Phil makes his prediction? Is it Shadow Hill, Winter Ridge, Gobbler's Knob, or Frosty Valley?
Winter Ridge.
Yeah, Winter Ridge.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Zaxxon.
That would be incorrect. It's Gobbler's Knob.
They actually pull some dude out of a hole in Gobble's Knob.
I guess. In the film Groundhog Day, what town is Phil Connors stuck reliving? Is it Scranton, Harrisburg, Erie, or Punxsutawney?
Scranton.
Punxsutawney.
Harrisburg.
Bill is correct. It's D. Punxsutawney. I can't even pronounce it.
Punxsutawney.
What percentage of the time is the groundhog considered to be accurate? Rough estimate: 90%, 75%, 40%, or 60%?
40.
40.
Pretty much all the time.
40% is correct. What is the primary purpose of a groundhog's burrow? Hunting, food storage, mating display, or shelter in hibernation?
I
Shelter
would say
hibernation.
Winter hibernation.
Correct. What unique physical trait helps groundhogs dig effectively? Long tails, webbed feet, sharp teeth, or strong curved claws?
Strong curved claws.
And that's the only one that makes any sense. Correct. Which U.S. president reportedly referenced Groundhog Day traditions in the White House events? Abraham Lincoln, Theodore Roosevelt, Ronald Reagan, or Franklin D. Roosevelt?
Theodore Roosevelt.
Freaking D. Roosevelt.
That would be incorrect. It's Ronald Reagan.
Oh. Old Ronnie did that, huh?
Groundhogs can climb trees, but why do they not choose not to do so? Migration, nest building, playing, or escaping predators?
Escaping predators.
Correct. Last one. What happens to a groundhog's body temperature during hibernation? A, it stays constant. B, it increases. C, it drops slightly. Or D, it drops significantly.
They order electric blankets from Walmart.
That is incorrect.
The last one.
The last one is D, drops significantly. And that's the correct answer. That's the last one.
Yay.
Okay.
We did better on Planet of the Apes trivia.
Yeah.
I got a few here. These aren't multiple answer. It's just one answer. So, what animal can sleep up to 3 years at a time?
Turtle.
Nope.
Frog.
Nope. Hi, Jared.
What animal can sleep 3
Sleep up
years?
to 3 years at a time. Anybody got a
elephant?
guess?
A bat.
No. A bear? No. Sloth? No.
The
Flaming?
groundhog.
No. Well, they call it animal, and I think they're kind of off on that one, but it's a snail. Which animal's milk is pink in color?
Oh boy.
Not a bear, no. Rob is here. Which animal's milk is pink in color?
A horse.
No,
Dog.
A sheep.
no.
Lucinda says a strawberry cow. Oh, I'm sorry.
That's where they get the strawberry milk cow.
Hippopotamus is the answer.
Oh,
Oh.
I'd have never guessed that in 100 years.
What animal produces cube-shaped poop? They make square poop.
We've had this one before. Is it a goat?
No,
No.
Oh, it's a koala bear?
no, but from around the same region, I believe.
Koala bear?
Kangaroo?
No,
The dingo.
no. Wombat.
Oh, yeah.
Which animal can hold its breath longer than a dolphin?
Whale.
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 No.
Seal.
Who said seal? You got it right, Michael. Let's see. I'm not even going to try that one.
Rob popped up.
This is a stupid question. What everyday item did the inventor of Vaseline eat a spoonful of every day?
Vaseline.
Vaseline.
Exactly. It's like, okay, you gave the answer right there. What do the phrases "Madam, I'm Adam," and "a man," "a plan," "a canal," "Panama" have in common? Nobody's going to get this one.
They
They're
have
all-
an A.
They're all things that the dude who made Panama Canal said.
It's called a palindrome.
What the fuck's palindrome?
Oh, okay. The fictitious name John Doe was first used in British courts for the unknown plaintiff. What name was used for the defendant?
Jane Doe?
No.
Jack
Haggis.
Smith.
No. It rhymes with it, actually. But it's not Jane.
Edward Snowden.
John Doe.
Richard Roe.
Oh.
Let's see. What is the rarest flavor of ice cream in the world?
Chocolate.
Rarest, Michael.
Mint chocolate chip.
No. Very
Mint-
rare. You
Oh.
probably never heard of it. I don't know if I even want to try it.
Seaweed.
You're getting closer. From the ocean.
Plankton.
No. Pistachios and from the ocean, Cam.
Seal flavored ice cream?
You're getting closer, but
Whale flavored ice cream.
you're on the right track, but these crawl along the floor.
Octopus flavored ice cream.
Well,
No.
crab flavored ice cream.
Getting closer.
Shrimp flavored ice cream.
No. get
Octopus.
closer.
Lobster.
There you go.
Snail.
Lobster. Yuck. I mean, that doesn't even sound
I
good.
live in Maine and I've never seen lobster flavored ice cream.
Well, like I
Would you
said,
try
it's the
it?
rarest flavor in the world.
I've only had vanilla bacon ice cream, and that was pretty good.
Let's see.
I like the bacon.
What else we got?
That's just nasty.
Oh, we've seen that.
I'll be right back.
All right.
We'll be right here.
I know you're lurking, Rob. Call in.
What can be broken?
What could be a clock?
Rob left again, huh?
Yeah.
Did I even finish the question?
He
What
was
can be broken but never held?
A promise.
a heart.
Anybody. There you go. You got it, Danny. A promise. Kneecaps. You can hold those, Cam. Yeah, we had that one. What lives if it's fed and dies if you give it a drink? And it's
Animal
not a
with
gremlin.
rabies. Animal with
No.
rabies.
No, if you feed it, it lives. If you give it a drink, it dies. Hi, Ronnie. Fire. Mystic got it right. What goes up but never comes down?
Gas.
Yeah,
No.
everything.
No. This could never come down. It can only go up.
Carbon dioxide or helium? A gas.
No. See, you're thinking wrong. These are trick questions. But they're right. It's a true statement.
A helium balloon.
No. The sun. No. Your age. It always goes up. It never comes down.
Bullshit.
No. Your age never goes backwards.
Younger by the day.
No.
I wish.
Yeah.
What can one catch that is not thrown?
STD.
A cold.
There you go, Dan. You got it. A cold. A girl fell off a 50-foot ladder but didn't get hurt. How come?
Because the ladder was laying on the ground.
No. Didn't say she fell off the top. It just said she fell off the ladder. She fell off the bottom rung. So.
Oh.
How can a girl go 25 days without sleep? Come on, these are trick questions. Remember this.
How can what?
How can a girl go 25 days without sleep? It's simple.
Crickets.
She sleeps at night.
All right.
Relics got it right.
He's walking past.
If you have a bowl with 6 apples and you take away 4, how many do you have?
If you what? Take away 6 apples?
No. There's 6 apples in a bowl and you take away 4. How many apples do you have?
6.
6.
No. 4. The 4 you took away.
Yeah.
I still counted the 2 in the bowl.
Are we getting back to this thing where 15 plus 15 is 24?
We could. Hey, has anybody missed that video? Because there's an extended version of it. Oh, I can't help it. That thing just cracks me up every time I see it. Is it legal for a man to marry his widow's sister?
No.
Correct, because he's dead. You can't marry a dead person. What 2 keys cannot open any door? What 2 keys cannot open any door? That just glitched again.
I've heard this one before. I don't
Keys on a
remember it.
piano and a keys on a typewriter.
No,
Piano.
no.
Oh.
Not a keyboard key.
No.
A turkey.
That would be one if it was in there, but it's not. It's a monkey and a donkey. If Mrs. John's one-story house is decorated with completely in pink with the walls, carpet, and furniture all shades of pink, what color are the stairs?
Pink.
No,
There is no stairs in the house.
there are no stairs. It's a one-story house. He's got
Gregory Gibson says, "What goes up the chimney down, but won't go down the chimney up?"
Smoke.
Hi, back, Ricky.
Hey, old relics.
All right, Greg, what's the answer?
Hey, back breaking.
It's gonna be smoke.
Umbrella, I guess.
Hey, back breaking. People are saying umbrella.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
not really.
We had a pretty good hunt yesterday.
I don't
Had an old
know.
farmhouse permission. And Dennis, DF Digger, he got a War of 1812 or just after militia belt plate with an eagle. I ended up getting a bucket list too. I got a Massachusetts state copper.
Nice.
Plus, we can go back anytime, they said.
Very nice. When was Mallyman supposed to get out on his Boy Scout hunt thing?
That was yesterday.
Yeah.
Told me he would send me some pictures if he found anything. He didn't send me anything, so. He had another permission he was checking out also.
I just texted him, Jim. I'm going to see if I get an answer. What's going on?
He was here for a split second.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he could be having
I think he
family
saw-
problems.
I think
Huh?
he saw you, Richie.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
there he is.
There
Hello.
he is.
Hey, Rob.
There's a lot. There's a lot going on here.
Well, you don't have to be here, Rob, if you got things going on. Yeah.
We'll
Family
manage.
first.
Good evening, everybody. Hi, Cam. Hi, Teresa.
Well, Rob, you'll be happy to know that my streak has continued. Both in
I'm at 79 or 80. What's yours at?
I'm at 156 days, but I've been getting my ass kicked for the last week straight.
I'm sorry, Zach.
Today was no different.
I watched a video on some chess video that said win 99% of your games with this move, and I tried that move, and I did. I went 13-1 on those next 13 games until I ran into somebody that obviously had seen that video too.
No, I get annoyed when I'm getting mopped across the board. It actually doesn't annoy me so much when it just pops up in checkmate. You're like, oh, well then, very nice.
Yeah, Joe, there's a lot of stress here. But it's not really me, it's Denise and her dad. Denise is under, I can't tell you the immeasurable stress that Denise is under right now.
Hell,
Hey, William.
you know what the problem is, Rob? You haven't given her sudsy hands. She needs her sudsy.
How about fuzzy foot?
We had sudsy hands.
Yeah, but it used to be like 2 or 3 times an episode. You hold on, guys, you got to run,
Yeah.
and you come back with some clean mitts again.
Yeah, Denise says, no sudsy hands, we're busy with smelly ass, okay? We're doing.
Well, hey, I don't really care. I don't really care where you're putting them, as long as
I'm not on you.
yeah.
I'll be right back. I'm going to sign
No,
out.
William, it wouldn't go to shit without me here. If Denise wasn't in charge here, this house would cease to function.
Give yourself some credit, Rob.
Okay.
I think you're a pretty quick guy. All right, Michael. I think you're a pretty quick guy.
I am, but when it comes to take care of her dad, Denise is.
Oh, I wasn't talking about that. I was going to say Wisdom's been trying to catch up to you for years, and it just can't catch him.
Who has?
Wisdom.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Denise's key ring. Shit Creek survivor.
Almost dead. Almost. You're getting very close.
She doesn't happen to call you Shit Creek for some reason or another, does she?
She actually liked the show Schitt's Creek.
That was a great show. I liked it.
That last week when we were trivia without her, and they asked the name of the actress that died, we didn't know it. And I came home. Denise knew it like that. The lady from Schitt's Creek that died. She is one of a kind, Mandy. Rob is
I can find my duplicate so they can help you.
Yeah, Rob is a check mark on the to-do list. My goal here, William, is to try not to be any more of a problem that she's dealing with already. That's all my goal is. My goal is to try and stay out of her way, not make her life any harder than it already is with what's going on in the other room. And then anything I can help her to do in the other room.
So you're just trying not to be part of the problem.
I am trying to be not part of the problem. That's exactly right.
To be the whole
Catherine
problem.
O'Hara. That's right, Larry. She knew that immediately. Hi, Marty. All right. Got all my coins rolled while I'm sitting here.
I'll be back up, yo.
How many people have dug one of these?
Whoa, Richie! I don't know if we can show that on this kind of show.
It's not what you think. It's made out of brass. It's part of horse tack. It's a hame topper on the when they hook up the horses to the buggy and stuff. They have that. They have one on each side of the horse.
I would have thought it was something to do with a buggy.
That's my fourth one I've dug.
Rob, Bill's up to multiple pages on his listing of jobs.
He is?
Yes.
I'm ready. I'm ready to come over and see Bill again. I want to go back to that town near Kissimmee and
St. Cloud. St. Cloud, Rob?
I don't like mentioning that name, Bill.
Oh, okay.
I don't want everybody sliding over there because I think that's a great honey hole.
But anyways, now there's more people here, and Rob's here again. I'm going to make the announcement. Anna, Mermaid Anna, is sorry about the confusion. She was listed for yesterday's Monday Digs lineup. She wasn't supposed to be, and she's really sorry about that. She won't be back till after the 11th because she's doing her finals for her, acupuncture.
Got it.
Her doctorate. So she's super busy.
She's going to be Dr. Anna.
Yep, Dr. Anna. She just wanted me to tell everybody she's doing fine. She's just super busy. She misses being here, misses everybody. So she'll be back though.
Well, I wish her all the luck.
Yeah.
Well, I can honestly say, Bill, that last night's 2 boxes of halves, mine and Mallyman's, were 2 of the worst boxes in the history of coin roll hunting live.
Even worse than the one you got curb stopped on.
Yes. Yes, if we'd have done a point system, I would have had less points last night than I did on the one where Mike beat me. But then again, he only found 2 NIFCs last night. I got 3, and that's how pathetic the boxes were.
So are you calling that a win?
That is so sad. I wouldn't take that as a win.
We see you in chat, Michael.
Oh, whoops. Didn't notice that. Got to change that banner. That was from last night.
Says he's back.
Also-
Is he in the waiting room, Bill?
Oh, Keller had
Backstage.
Yes, she did.
Oh. Yeah.
Hi, Pat.
Man, everybody's just
Hey, Pat.
slamming us tonight. Jared says, hi, PIB.
Pat says Helen Keller had better coin roll hunts.
I know, that's hilarious.
Well, did you go to trivia tonight?
Yes.
Did you do any good?
No.
Did you get in the top 10?
Yes. Ask me why we got in the top 10.
Hey, Pat. Hey,
Because everybody else did really bad?
Nick.
No, there was only 9 teams.
Yeah.
That was one of Bill's trick questions, okay?
So you were 9th.
We finished 8 out of 9. We had are you guys ready for this? Because I took a photo of it for the Hall of Disgrace. We had one round with a 0.
So every other round was zeros.
No, we got 3 15s tonight. I mean, we got 3 rounds where we got perfect 15s, but we had one round that was a 0, and that just that took us from 5th to 8th real fast. It just I don't know why, but that 0 hit me hard, and it just really put me in a really. I know it's a stupid trivia game, and I know it was just dumb questions, but it just put me in a really, really pissy mood. Hey, Backroad.
You're usually not very good when you're losing. You get a little grumpy.
No, we've had people not come back for a couple of weeks until Rob shows out some. I used to take this shit way more serious than I do now. So if you think I take it serious now, you should have seen me about 2 years ago. I wasn't nice.
I did see you 2 years ago, probably on the same show.
But we did not have. We only had one sports question, Richie.
I just read it too. He probably does, J. Paul.
Yeah, I could use a hug. That's why Denise came over with the cat. She uses the cat. She uses the cat as cat therapy.
Okay, guys, I got another announcement. 5 Mile Relic Hunter. He won a Legend 2, and he wants to sell it. Said he'd give a good deal earlier because he'd bought one just the month before. So we're looking for a Legend 2 machine, the pack. He's got one for sale. Yeah, I know, Nick. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the camera, the computer could be dying. Internet connection, who knows?
Bill, what's he asking? What's he asking for the Legend 2?
He didn't tell me. Just said he'd give somebody a good price on it. So
I'm kind of on the fence. I'm kind of on the fence with selling things you won. I'll leave it alone.
Well, as long as he didn't win on one of our streams, I can understand that. But I got really pissy 2 Sundays ago when somebody announced they were selling something they won from Charlie, and that really pissed me off.
Yep.
Larry, why don't you email Rob and let him know? He might know somebody there's.
Hey, I can let our club know. We have people at our club that buy machines all over the town. We get a lot of new people coming in that look for a good deal on a detector.
Are the Legends
William
waterproof?
says use thanks 10. Thank you, William. Thank you, Bill, or Zaxxon, whoever put that up.
But
You'll never know.
the first legend does have issues with the speaker flooding out. I run into that once in a while.
Oh yeah, but that's the first one. He's got the number 2 now.
But if you
Supposedly
use headphones, it doesn't affect you.
And Brian's wanting to know how much. Oh, show me Hunt. Knocked ID challenge. Very nice.
Sorry, I had
All right.
leave.
I got a few questions.
We got lots of questions about you, Rob. We just try not to ask them.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Zach, the lady from Plant City texted me today, and she's ready for another 500 DVDs. So with the extra ones that I found in the second Denise's, she said, I found way more boxes of movies. So we will have no problem putting another 500 DVD order that I'm going to work on tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday. And she wants to meet Sunday, probably over in Tampa again at the airport, which is halfway for both of us. And I will be getting rid of another 500 DVDs out of Denise's shed and garage.
Very nice. I'm sure she'll appreciate that greatly.
And
the
of course,
VHS
of course, all DVD. I do have a few VHS in stock, but they're 99% DVD.
What's a VHS?
Do they have any value?
Certain titles. There are literally some DVDs that aren't on DVD anymore or out of print, and there are certain like classic movies that are making a comeback on VHS, and there's also movies like Tom Berenger's Last of the Dogmen that's very hard to find on DVD, and some people will buy that on VHS.
My mother has a lot of the old Disney movies on VHS. Cartoons.
The time to sell those was right before DVDs came out. I was getting, for brand new sealed Little Mermaids, I was getting $275.
Some idiot paid you $275 for a movie?
When Disney was only releasing certain titles every 7 years, I had a guy come in my video store one time, and he's like, why are you asking $50 for that Fantasia movie? I can go to Walmart and buy that right now. I go, no, you can't. Yes, I can. It was on the shelf there. I said, I'll tell you what. Here's my business card. I said, you go home, and I'll buy every one of yours at $10 over what you pay for them. Really? And I go, yeah. And you know what? He goes, what? I go, I'll never hear from you again. What do you mean? I said, because they're not on your shelf, sir. I wouldn't be sitting here selling a used one for $40 to $50 if I could go out and buy a brand new one in Walmart for $19.99. No, they're there. I said, well, here's my card. And I gave away 20, 30, 40 of those cards from, smart ass men that just thought that, they knew better than their wives. And his wife came back and bought it. She came back and bought it for $40. And I said, I'll sell this to you. But I said, here's the deal. If there's a problem with it, because it was a VHS, this was before the DVD days. I said, if there's a problem with the tape, you bring it back and you tell me what the problem is, and I'll deal with you for a refund. I said, do not send your husband back, because if you send your husband back, I'm not dealing with him. And she goes, I understand. But I can't tell you how many people I had come in and say, I'll just go buy that at my store. You do that. And I always gave everyone a card and say, I'll give you a profit on every one you find. And not one person ever called me. It's just, I was back in my day. I was considered a Disney movie expert back in my day. I did talks on it. I did speeches on it, and there's like 6 or 7 ways you can tell if a Disney VHS is legit or not. And the same thing with the DVD. And people would come in my saying, look, I just got your $175 Little Mermaid for $10. I go, it's a fake. No, it's not. He said they were real. I said, sure, he said they were real. I said, here's a real one. Look at yours. Look at this one. I pointed out the 7 things, and she went, I'm taking this back. I said, yep, have fun. So. But anyway, which state was the last state to adopt the minimum drinking age of 21 for all beverages, all liquor beverages?
Wisconsin.
Was it Alaska, Texas, or Wyoming?
Texas.
Wyoming.
Yeah. Richie and Dan got it right. Wyoming.
Yay.
Wisconsin actually receives less federal money, or did receive less federal money from roads because they did not want to adhere to the legal driving limit. They did not want to make 0.08 weeks illegal. so they received less federal funding for roads.
There are a couple states. Aren't there a couple states that are still have 80 sections of a road?
What?
Rob, you need to explain to Zaxxon what a DVD is. He didn't know what a VHS was, Charlie.
You're talking about 80 miles an hour. There's more states that keep coming up. I'm talking
We've
about
got that.
La Hacienda in Florida, the legal age was 18 when I turned 18, so I could drink. Then while I was not 18, they moved it to 19, and they grandfathered in all us 18-year-olds, so then I could still drink. And then the next year, when I was 19, they changed it to 21, but they still grandfathered in every person as of that day that could drink. So I was drinking all the way from 18 and got grandfathered in all the way to 21.
And those were
We got
Rob's years, weren't they?
To what, Zach?
Those were Cowboy Rob years, weren't they?
Yeah, they were. Yeah. No, I William, with all my 1,000 DVDs here, I could probably tell you I probably don't have that. Oh, Joe says that's why Hawaii doesn't have good road funds either.
Well, hell, Hawaii doesn't care about road funds. They don't have that many roads.
Okay, here's one Richie might know. Lady Gaga, more or less than 2 Grammys?
More.
Yep, that is correct.
Why would you think Richie knows Lady Gaga?
Oh, I know.
He's a hip guy.
You hear that, Richie?
Yeah,
All right. I found the one sports question, Richie.
all right.
Be mad.
Fred Warner and Dre Greenlaw for the San Francisco 49ers. Were they defensive backs, linebackers, or defensive linemen?
One is a linebacker.
Yep, you're right. We got that one wrong. I said defensive backs, but nope, I couldn't.
Warren
remember.
is like one of the best linebackers in the league.
Yeah, well, I knew his name. I just couldn't remember what position he played. So we got that wrong. But yep, you got it right. All right, Bill, here's a history question, Bill. In 1772, Ben Franklin wrote an ode to Mongo, the family pet. Was it a lizard or a squirrel?
A squirrel.
Correct.
You guys don't see what Rob's doing? He just called Chick Magnet a hipster, real slightly, nobody would notice. Then he says, hey, all right, Bill, here's a history question. He's taking an old dig at you. I'm telling you, this guy's up to
No,
something.
Bill's sharp with history. He knows a lot of history stuff.
I would be backpedaling too.
I don't need to backpedal. What was the maid's name in the Brady Bunch?
Alice.
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 According to Our Time website, single people 50 years or older say they're least likely to date someone who, what, is a smoker, is financially unstable, or is a pessimist most of the time.
Pessimist.
Smoker.
Financially unstable.
Nope, it's smoker.
A smoker?
Yep.
Damn, I bet if it's smoking, then I'm never going to find anybody.
Thank God I'm not either.
A suspension, arch, and cantilever are types of what?
Bridges.
Yep. True or false? The title Third Man was a 1949 movie and a classic TV show. True or false?
True.
Yeah, I got that one wrong. I thought it was The Thin Man.
There's also that one, but the Third Man was one also.
Yeah.
To properly scale a fish, do you start with your knife at the head, the tail, or the underbelly?
Underbelly.
The tail.
It's the tail. The filleting starts with the underbelly, Bill. The scaling starts with the tail. Which one of the two Mario brothers from Nintendo had his own racing game?
Super Mario.
Mario.
Mario Kart, yes. What was the name of country singer's Faith? What was the name of her last name?
Hill.
Hill.
Yeah, everybody knew that one. Lemongrass has what ingredient or what property that is usually in candles to repel mosquitoes?
Citronella.
Damn, you guys would have done a hell of a lot better than we did tonight. On Frasier, What color was the dad's ratty chair?
Brown, dark brown leather.
Plaid.
Money? No.
I'm gonna say red.
Black.
The two choices were green or brown.
Green.
It was a nasty green. What color is Stu? Is it Brian? What color is Brian the dog on Family Guy?
White.
Yes,
Yeah.
and we got that wrong too because they said what color Labrador he was, and I forgot that because he looks like a freaking beagle. So we said he was golden, but nope, he was white. All right, and here's a movie quiz for you guys. Jason Voorhees from the slasher videos. What was the name of the camp that he terrorized?
Oh God, camp. Summer. No,
We put camp hideaway, and that was wrong.
Fireside.
Nope. Let's see if somebody. There you go. Boom. 5 Mile missed it. Wow, everybody got that one. Camp Crystal Lake.
Crystal Lake,
guys,
yeah.
Way to go. We could not remember that to save our lives.
Yeah.
Or your score.
Damn, Zach.
And what's funny is I've watched all Jason movies too.
Yeah, same here.
Oh, we do have one sports question, and my table was very disappointed that I missed this.
Yeah.
In golf, the Claret Jug is awarded to the winner of what 4 major opens? Is it for the U.S. Open?
Well, I can tell you already.
Go ahead.
It's the British Open, or they call it the Open now.
The Open. You're correct. I said the U.S. Open. I got that one wrong.
I go with Richie.
Oh, because he's right. Yeah.
Richie's that way. I'm this
I
way.
don't stump
I did
Richie
that
with too many sports questions.
Richie's way over there. Yeah.
You're there.
Yes. And you pointed this way.
No, I went that way.
What is lava called once it hardens and goes underground?
Magna Rock.
Yep.
Yeah.
What was the first? Well, they called it a book. What was the first book or document to be digitized? Excuse me. What was the first document to be digitally scanned in 1971? Was it the King James Bible or the Declaration of Independence?
Declaration of Independence.
I'm gonna go with the Bible.
We went with the Bible, and that was wrong. It was the Declaration of Independence. There is a car that reached 3 million miles with the original engine. Was this car a 63 Plymouth, a 65 Pontiac, or a 66 Volvo?
66 Volvo.
It has to be the Volvo.
Yeah, it was some guy in Europe that was just zipping all around Europe. Yeah. A show on TV had a tagline of a show on HBO TV had the tagline "Winter is coming." What show was that from?
Game of Thrones.
Yeah, see, I've only seen bits and pieces of Game of Thrones, but I knew that tagline was that shown. 5 Miles says Volvo. If you go to the Louvre in Paris, are you there to see art or movies?
Art.
Yeah, that's
Art.
why that was a 1-pointer.
Yeah.
Hendrix and Seagram's make what? Are best known for making what?
Whiskey.
Beer.
Music.
Or wine.
Bill, that's what we said. And I was amazed when Denise came back and said we got a 13. I said, we got 13. We missed number 2. How? Seagram's makes whiskey. Well, apparently Seagram's makes whiskey, but they also make gin, and Hendrix makes gin. So the answer was gin. And everybody at trivia got that one wrong.
Hi, Colonel. And Sears makes wine coolers too. Forgot about that.
Okay, at the original Disneyland, what was the first attraction to open at the original Disneyland? Was it the Small World, the Haunted Mansion, or the Enchanted Tiki Room?
Small World.
Joe says wrong.
Enchanted Mansion.
No, the Enchanted Tiki Room.
Oh,
And we
That
said
one.
the Enchanted Tiki Room because that would be the easiest to build because not everything was ready on opening day because both the Small World and the Haunted Mansion
I'm
were
gonna say
very.
you shouldn't have got that one wrong, anyways, Rob. You worked at Disney.
Yeah, but I don't know a whole lot. I mean, when we had our 3-day intro, we were given some history on the original 1955 Disneyland, but the history at Disney World was more geared towards the building and opening of Disney World. So I'm more familiar with the history of Disney World, but I guess Enchanted Tiki Room just because that would be the easiest to build for opening day.
Now Disney World.
Disney World's in Orlando, Disneyland's in California.
Right. Okay. I always get them two mixed up.
I got a question for Rob.
Fire away.
Okay. What is the connection from Cocoon, Mrs. Riding Miss Daisy, and Batteries Not Included?
Is it the little lady that he drove around, Jessica Tandy?
yeah.
Nice.
See, I didn't remember her in Batteries Not Included, but I knew she was in the other two. Grinding Miss Daisy.
Yeah.
Where is Disney Japan? It's called Tokyo Disney.
Yep.
I've never heard of Walt's Dozen, Joe. Yep, Morgan Freeman, Jessica Tandy.
Yeah.
According to Bob Villa, of course, everybody was going, what's Bob Villa got to do with it? According to Bob Villa, before you cook kebabs, what should you do with the wooden skewers? Should you cut them in half, cover them in oil, or soak them in water?
Soak them in
Soak them in water.
Yeah, that was correct. I would have said put oil on them so the stuff slides off, but you soak them in water so they don't burn and snap while you're cooking your food. If people could read, they'd get my jokes. Yeah, everybody, look at it. Everybody's sharp on these. 5 of you said soak in water. Boom, you guys are sharp on these.
Are those wooden sticks or are those the metal ones?
Yeah, the wooden stick. True or false? The Boston Marathon offers the most prize money in the marathon circuit.
True.
False.
False.
It is true.
Oh,
Richie.
It's true.
Thanks. I'm not copying off from you in school.
Well, I'm not running any Boston Marathon, so maybe I ought to if they pay the most.
So we finished the night with 106 points. The first place team was at 133. So here's the final question. All right, nobody yell these out. I want people to guess. We'll give away a $2 bill for the first person that gets this right. Type in 4 yeses or nos. Just type in yes, 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 or no, 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 whatever your answer is. It's Yeah, Denise would have got it right because I didn't use her answer. Yes or no, did these movies win the best picture? So I need, as I read the 4 titles, you're going to give me yes, no, whatever it is. So I'm going to need four letters. All right. And then we'll find out. Everybody gets to guess one time. Don't shout it out for the people in panel. Type it in if you want to guess. Yes or no, did these movies win the best picture? Titanic, The Pianist, The Departed, and Slumdog Millionaire. All right, Pat says, Michael, you only gave me 3 out of 4. Jim Steele says yes, yes, no, yes. Marty's yes. Nathan says yes. Michael Farley's 4 yeses. Teresa's yes, no, no, yes. Chuck's also a yes, no, like Pat. Jared's yes, yes, no, yes.
The same thing happened as last time. Only about half of them are showing up on the chat on StreamYard.
Oh, okay. So I'm looking on the other one.
Yeah, you're gonna have to look on the other one.
Okay, let me start back where I asked the question. Then I'm on the other. Michael
Parker and
Farley's-
Pat's the first one I saw.
Mystic got it right. He was the first one I see that says yes, no, yes, yes. Titanic won it. Departed won it. Slumdog won it. The Pianist did not win it. It lost to Chicago, the musical.
Didn't mine show up because I was right under Pat and I said yes, no, yes, yes.
All right, let me go back and see Bill's. Hold on.
I see Bill. He's like the second just below Pat on mine.
I got it right. I had the very first answer on there.
Yep, Bill's right. Bill was the first one that got it right. He was before Mystic.
No, mine is 4 above Bill.
There's nobody for
You're
above.
not even on there. Shut up. You're not even on there.
It didn't post.
I'm looking at the YouTube side.
YouTube must have held it for review or something.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry, Mystic. Bill got it before you. Mystic says who? Somebody said Joe. Chuck says sent you an email. Did Joe Bad Idea Lab have it?
You didn't have it before Bill though.
Yeah, he did have it too, but did Bill get it first? Yeah, Bill got it first. But yeah, Joe got it right too. Way to go, guys. Oh my God, look at this. Oh my God, Bill, wait, look what Chuck Owens did. This is incredible. I mean, just freaking incredible. How did he do this fast? Look at this. I mean, it looks like a professional cartoon.
That is
Let's see
crazy.
what mine says.
Wow, I'm a little porker.
You are a little chubby there.
That's
and he made me skinny.
Oh,
Who did this?
Chuck Owens.
That's funny.
That's awesome.
He
I
gave
can't
Michael
read
Farley.
what
He
was
gave Michael
saying.
Farley about 20 more years, but you know,
He gave me about 100 more pounds.
he did.
I was just gonna say that.
That's why I'm really liking it.
Yeah, but what does it read? I
that's
can't
We
read
took it off Rob and gave it to you, Jackson.
Oh, okay, there we go.
Oh, I like that. I like
So
that a
do I.
lot.
yeah.
That'll be great for the thumbnail on for
I
our
don't
shows.
I don't
Yeah,
understand
I'm
what the bottom line is. The crew's still looking for a topic. Were we supposed to have a topic?
I am cut and pasting that. The crew.
Yeah, send that to me, Rob or Chuck on. Somebody send that. I want that.
Way to go, Chuck.
I look cool.
You look like you're about 55, Michael.
Yeah.
I just like it because me and Richie look really good.
Wow.
Yeah.
I look good. Michael looks good. Danny looks good. And I love Zaxxon's picture.
Dave looks super happy.
Saxon looks like he's a mayor.
Look what Chuck Owens did just while the stream was going. It looks like a professional comic book. Look at that.
I bet you I'm the lightest person on this panel.
When you guys cut and paste that,
Jackson's not happy because they made him look
I
fat.
wouldn't mind.
Maybe.
I wouldn't mind putting that on
The only one who has a chance is Farley because he's short. What do you weigh, Farley?
Zaxxon, come in a year from now. We'll see if you're still the lightest person after you just drive tow truck all the time.
I will be. What do you weigh, Farley?
That looks cool.
How much do you weigh, Mike?
Are you gonna
Uh,
Are you gonna stay there?
2141.
You weigh 140?
Yeah.
Okay, you officially weigh half of me.
What do you weigh, Richie?
I'm 157.
Hey, Zaxxon, what do you weigh?
I'm about 185, 190.
Okay, you ain't the lightest person there.
I ain't the lightest person. I didn't realize Richie was a skeleton. Are you tall, Richie?
5'7".
Max PSI. Max PSI, Zach. Oh, these are some great comments. I'm loving life right here.
Griff.
I'm sure
Griffin.
I'm sure that picture is going to be recycled for Saturday night.
I may have to add that to the new intro I did.
I might have to start writing down the jokes I think of throughout the week.
Max PSI Zaxxon.
Big old fat sucker.
Chuck, you did the.
Actually, as far as look-alike, I think he's got Richie nailed.
Richie's the closest.
I mean, Michael looks
Michael
good.
Farley's pretty close too.
He looks good. He just puts 20 years on him. That's all.
Yeah.
Bill's would look closer if he wasn't mad. Bill doesn't get that mad very often.
Stark, have a good night, sir.
Later, Stephen.
Later, Chuck Steven says he uses Chat GPT.
Yeah, they work fast. That's part of why Google or why YouTube's not allowing you to make money off of AI made stuff, because they're the AI. It's their programs that you'd be making money off of.
I use that to make all my thumbnails for my videos.
I just use Canva.
I haven't even figured out how to do thumbnails.
The only thing I've used AI on was for the voice for my video quiz video video that I did. I used AI for the voice.
So you're talking, it's called Chat GPT. Is that in studio?
No, it's Google.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the big trial is going on right now between Musk and Sam Altman for XAI or AI. What is that? Chat GPT? No, not what's the other one? Is AI?
There's several of them. There's Perplexity. There's
hang on, let me
Chat GPT. There's
and then Tesla's or
Azure.
Musk is Grok.
Yeah. There's the one that's in the fight with the government.
Yeah, that's Anthropic.
Anthropic, yeah.
Let me go to CNBC. It's called the one that was supposed to be a Open AI. They're in a big civil suit with Musk. But yeah, guys, AI is taking over everything. Chat, Gemini, Claude, and Grok. Yep, Mystic's there. Gemini is Google. Yeah.
It's all right.
Apple will have one eventually, probably.
Judgment Day is coming.
Everybody works in an office to be without a job.
Well, look at all the big companies. Look at Amazon and Google. How many thousands of people they're laying off that are office people that are doing programming.
And Tesla.
Yeah.
Tesla, as a matter of fact, Tesla's hiring 20% more people in their factory in Grunheide, Germany. So they're hiring all the laid off auto workers from VW that's laying off everybody because nobody's buying VWs. So the Tesla factory in Germany is increasing by 20%.
That's crazy.
Buddy, Mom just went to bed.
Oh, there's no Sarah Jane out there.
Why aren't you in bed with Mommy? All right, let me write down Bill's win before I forget.
What did Bill win?
$2 bill.
Oh, that was a few minutes ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Dan, are you heavily medicated tonight?
Medicated on what?
I don't know. We just did that 5 minutes ago.
Remember the yes, yes, no, yes?
No, yes, yes. Wasn't it yes, no, yes?
No, it's yes,
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 no, yes, yes.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, Dan, you're making me look good on the drugs that I was on Sunday.
I don't know about that. He hasn't started massaging his mustache with his microphone yet.
Well, I took the pain pill before I did the long walk to go try and help that guy find his ring in the Gulf of Mexico. And that was the night that I did that super long walk. I was freaking, my back was killing me. Turned the machine on at the edge of the water. The guy and I were ready to go in the water to look for his ring. Turned the Knox on, and it gave me an error reading for water intrusion.
Okay, sure.
Have you been trying to try it out at all?
I called Mind Lab today, Zach.
What did they tell you?
Well, I was going to announce this on my stream Sunday and Saturday on Charlie's, but I guess we'll announce it tonight, and I'll still announce it on Tuesday and Saturday, or Saturday and Sunday, because this is very interesting news for everybody that owns an Mind Lab Equinox. I called Dan at Detector Repair, I guess is the name of the company in Pennsylvania. And they had been an authorized warranty repair place for Mind Lab. Well, as I was talking to him, I'd also called Shane because he owns a metal detecting store now with Rob. And I was telling him the information that Dan gave me from Detector Repair. And he was very interested because he says he can't even order Knox 600s because Mind Lab is discontinuing them. So if you go to most retailers' websites, you can't even see the Knox 600 anymore because they've discontinued it for the 700 and the 900. Well, this place was an authorized repair shop for warranty because all three of my Knoxes that got wet, I sent them to this place in Pennsylvania, and they sent me back brand new control pods. So here's the deal. I called the guy and I said, I started telling him, I said, it's just out of warranty. The warranty just expired, but I just got it wet this weekend. The guy goes, well, technically we're not affiliated with Mind Lab Warranty anymore. They've taken our warranty work away because the Mind Lab 6 and 800 are going away. So you have to now deal with Mind Lab direct. And I'm not sure if they're going to want to honor a warranty that's a month out. He says, but you can call Mind Lab and find out. And I said, okay, but you got to call them direct now. And I said, okay.
No.
He says, but if they choose not to honor the warranty that's expired, he says, here's what I can do for you. He says, we have all the control pods of the 6 and 800 that we have here when we were warranty and sending them out under warranty. We have all the brand new control pods here. And he says, so I can sell you a brand new 600 control pod shipped to you for $299. And I said, are you freaking serious? And he goes, yeah. Shipped in the box with shipping, $299. And he says, and for the 800, it's only $329. I said, well, hell, why wouldn't you upgrade for $30? He goes, yep, everybody upgrades for $30. He says, so I can take your soaked 600, turn it into an 800 with a new 3-year warranty for only $329. And I was going to
new warranty.
Yeah, with a brand new 3-year warranty.
Okay.
So I would, there's nothing wrong with my coil and my shaft and my machine. So all you need is a new control pod. I mean, so you're taking an $800 machine and replacing the guts of it for $329. I was going to go buy a brand new Vanquish 560 from my buddy at Detector Warehouse, but even on sale, that's $60 more than what I'd pay for this Knox head, and the Knox is a step above the Vanquish. So I'm probably gonna give him my debit card tomorrow and have my brand new 800 here in a couple days. Take care, Jared. I hope that print's good.
Got to press the new one.
So I mean, how can I go wrong with a brand new warranty, Zach, for $329? And it's the exact same machine that I've been using for 5 years, and I know like the back of my hand.
Wait,
I don't know how. I don't know how.
800 though.
I don't know how you can go wrong with it, but I mean, we've heard your track record. I'm sure you'll find a way.
Well, no, I mean, it'll probably get wet, but as long as it's under warranty for the next 2 years, I was the idiot that broke my own rule of telling me not. I told myself to not take the Knox in the water the day after the warranty wire, and I ignored my own rule.
I usually get in trouble when I break my own rules.
Yep, and that one cost me money, Zach.
Well, my 14-year-old Garrett AT Pro is still waterproof.
Richie, I don't think there's any Mind Lab person would argue
That's the one place Americans get it right. We build something waterproof, it's waterproof.
I don't think there's a single Knox owner out there, Richie, but argue with you that the AT Pro is built better than Equinox. I don't think there's a single one out there that would argue that with you.
So
We
could
can't
this
build anything else that won't leak, but we can build detectors and both.
So
Are we doing a race tonight? I don't think so. It's talking.
I can set up a comment picker. What are you offering for a prize, Mike?
Oh,
You're the one that was asking.
look at him flinch. We're doing less giveaways, Mike. Less and less all the time.
What I'm doing is doing less giveaways with bigger prizes, bigger, better prizes. I'm trying.
This freaking shipping is nuts. They charged this valve that I just showed you earlier, Bill, $14. The dude paid to ship that to me.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And by the dude paid,
Okay.
I mean I paid, but
All right, I could do. I know, Nick. Did you see his face, Nick?
yeah, his base was worth it.
Okay, get this, Saxon. I'm shipping, and my Muddy Mess won that Motley Digger from me.
Yeah.
Well, last time I used a medium postal box, you know, it ships for the same price no matter if it fits, it ships. It was like $16, $21 today to pay for shipping on that thing.
Now are you using pirate ship?
Yes, that was $21 through pirate ship.
A lot of the gold guys have found
That was to Canada, though, right, Bill?
shipping your own stuff.
That was what?
Is that to Canada?
No, U.S. But I made the mistake of using if it fits, it ships. You know.
Oh, I never use a
Priority
priority
mail?
box. Yeah, I never use a priority box.
Well,
Bill.
I ran out of regular box. I don't have any regular box. I should have just made one. It would have been half the price.
Turn it inside out.
I should have done that. Yeah.
I've seen it. I've opened up boxes and then it says priority mail on the inside. You're like, wow, that cheap bastard.
Well, the thing is, you pay less and they both get there at the same time. The last thing I shipped out in Ground Advantage was there in 3 days, just like if I'd used priority mail. So the only time it's priority is when it's busy. Then it'll get there sooner.
All righty, guys, we'll do a $2 bill for the last race. Type in $2 bill.
I'll stay out of this one so somebody can win a $2 bill just in case. Since I won one already.
Why are you crying?
Because he's a cat. And he wants
He's a
attention.
crying cat, I know.
Oh, no. You only got one. We got 3 here that do that.
Well, he's loud enough for 3, Bill. I wouldn't want to have 3 crying the way he
Oh,
does.
no. If I could get Jazzy to come in here, she's a lot louder than him. She's only about 5 pounds.
Yeah, Rob, I was looking at my score against Plainview. I've lost like 32 games to you in chess.
Alex, that'll hurt the score.
I've only won 8 against you. 2 or 3 of them were the first night I logged in while you were streaming it.
I was at I hit 716 2 days ago. I'm back down to 658. I'm on a little bit of a cold streak right now, but you get up over 700, games get a lot tougher.
Yeah.
All righty, guys. Another 30 seconds here. We got 29 entries right now. We got how many people here? We got 36 good people. Type in $2 bill, folks. As soon as it hits 10:50, we'll run the race. I'm going to run this race.
An old Eddie Murphy reference.
Yes, that was definitely an old Eddie Murphy reference. Elvis couldn't act, so they just told him to sing all his lines. Lemonade. All righty, guys, it's 10:50. We have 28 entries. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go.
Go.
Booms. Colonel's collecting.
Congrats,
Boom, Colonel.
Congrats, Colonial.
And I have his address already, so we will get that to him right away. Congratulations, sir. Teresa says, I'm here. As soon as he pops in and says, woohoo.
Hello, Annie.
Hi, Miss Beth. Colonel, where you at, sir?
I'm not sure I see him.
Oh, he's right there. He said thanks. All right, I missed it. Way to go, buddy. All right.
Yep.
Congratulations, Colonel. Yeah, we only had 9 teams tonight, guys, because all the snowbirds are starting to go back up. As a matter of fact, the couple that we play with on our team, they're leaving next Tuesday. So tonight was their last trivia night, so we said goodbye to them tonight. They're driving back up to Michigan on Tuesday. So we'll be down to just me, Denise, and Steve and his wife.
Gentleman Prospector posted a video today of the hail that came down in Missouri. Huge hail. Smashed the window on his truck, smashed the window on the wife's car, smashed the skylight in the house.
Ouch.
Oh,
Big damage.
right. Chuck Owens sent another picture.
Ooh, okay. Maybe he made Zaxxon skinnier.
No, don't do that.
He's going to make a comment of us sooner or later.
Yeah, don't give me his weight.
Well, show us, Ron.
I'm getting there. Oh.
What did you make me even fatter with a freaking Disney mask?
Somebody take the comment off.
Oh.
There we go.
Oh, dang it.
I'm still a fat guy.
But you're not as fat.
Well, you lost some weight.
He kind of looks like John Candy that way.
I'm trying to figure out why I got toilet paper on my head.
That's the funniest one, Dan.
Whatever, Dan. I got a freaking beer hat on. I don't drink no beer.
Yeah, well, you're
Why
fat.
do you put Rob's regular picture up there? You know, you got Rob's regular picture.
Hey, I've got a red nose around here somewhere.
Nico and Julio, we got TP for you.
I love it. I love it, Chuck.
TP for
That's
my
awesome,
bubble.
Chuck.
TP.
Yeah, and Zaxxon has a black eye too, so that's
Yeah, I
true.
got black eye, saw that.
That is awesome. Thank you, Chuck.
We all needed some good laughs.
Yeah.
Absolutely, sir.
Zaxxon, wake up.
Hey, Rob, did you happen to go back and watch the Makita roast from the beginning?
I did, and they weren't really. They weren't talking about me as much as I thought they were. Oh! I'm sorry. I'm thinking about another stream where they said they were. I didn't watch the very beginning. No.
No.
Was there some good slamming?
Yeah, that's where we got our best stuff out. Was early.
I'll go back. I'll go back and watch it after this stream.
We're gonna roast Dan on Friday.
Yep.
7.
Yep.
That shouldn't be too difficult.
I need the laughs. So.
Well, I'd like to thank the room. I'd like to thank Joe. I'd like to thank Chuck, Mystic, everybody tonight. Thanks for making me laugh some tonight, guys, because it's been a tough few days around here. Denise is
You're not gonna thank us for the globe?
for the what?
You need to hold up a globe and wipe away a tear. Tell us about how you tried so hard.
All I'm going to say is Denise is a saint. That's all I'm going to say.
Gregory, I was thinking the same thing, but I didn't want to say it.
Take care of yourself, Rob.
It's not me. It's not me, Mike. It's my better half.
Well, both of you.
Well, we'll know if you stop streaming that she killed you in your sleep because you probably asked for coffee with her last time.
Well, like I said, Zaxxon, I'm trying not to be part of the problem here.
Rob's gone into a ostrich mode. He's got his head in the ground. He's like, "Look, honey, I'm getting rid of DVDs. See, I'm helping.
Oh, I think if I can get the sheds cleaned out, Zach, and then make a big dent in the garage, I think it would reduce her stress level. As a matter of fact, I'm thinking, I haven't committed to this yet, but Denise's neighbor that I bought the truck from across the street, that I also got rid of all her pew-pews for and sold pew-pews to different people. And then I also bought the coin collection from her. She's been very appreciative for everything that I've done for her. So she had a lot of power tools, and she called me and Johnny and the other guy, Joe, over, the three guys that use tools. And she basically just turned us loose in her garage and said, "Guys, I don't need any of these tools. I don't use them. These are all my late husband's. I am literally going to throw them in she got one of those like 9-yard dumpsters." And guys, she was literally, I had to rescue some stuff from the dumpster that she put in there that was some really expensive stuff. And each one of those three guys split what tools we wanted. So I have got hundreds of dollars of power tools here, but they're all duplicates of what I have. So I'm thinking about starting a series on my channel. How fast can I get to $1,000 from zero? So I'm thinking of taking these tools that she gave us donated and putting them on Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace. Boom, Miss Mermaid. Taking a break from her studies.
Thank you.
No, Mermaid.
I'm telling you, Brian, it's true. And seeing how fast I could take these donated tools, get cash from them, and then take that cash to flip it for some other stuff, and see how fast I could take zero donated money and get to $1,000.
It'd be fun to watch.
I got an uncle who's got a knack for that. You'll start out with a chainsaw, and he'll end up with a sports car when he's done.
With a snowmobile.
Yeah, he can wheel and deal.
They actually used to have a show on cable about guys that started with a $20 or $30 item, and it was a barter show, and they bartered up to where, like you said, they started off with like a $20 item, and they'd wind up with like a jet ski or something. I mean, it was pretty interesting for a half-hour show. Thank you, Anna.
They made up some fake show like that where they had two guys traveling the country and finding things in barns. And
American Pickers, you talking
Barter
about?
Kings. There you go. Tom Riley says Barter Kings.
Yeah.
I said I'm going to play with that. He said, "Oh no, you're going to use it." There you go.
I got a friend who's into automotive stuff. So any signs or anything automotive related that we find, he buys it for us and he resells.
Yeah.
I
worked for a guy the other day. He buys and sells cabooses.
Wow.
So you know what? It's amazing how much you can go over parts of the country and find a lot of these small towns that have a caboose sitting there with the one stretch of rail that's left next to the old train station, and they have a caboose there. I can't tell you how many little towns have a caboose.
When they were pulled out of service, they most rail yards kept one just for like nostalgia or whatever, and then the rest were sold off ultra cheap because they were worth more sold off than they were for scrap, because most of your cabooses are primarily made out of wood, so they had very little scrap value. So they could sell off a caboose for $1,000, $1,500, and somebody thought they were getting a deal. Well, now this dude goes around and finds those, and he buys them for X thousand and resells them for X thousand.
Yeah, the little town of Dade City, which is on the other side of the county that we're in, closer to where Dalton's side of the county is, the east side of the county. their train station, they have left their caboose and I think 1 or 2 train cars, and supposedly it's haunted, and they have fixed them up as like a little inside hotel or bed and breakfast, and you can pay to see if you can make it a night in the caboose with the haunted caboose to see if you can stay or whether you're going to get scared out by haunted. And it's actually a little mini tourism thing that they have going over there now with the haunted caboose.
Have you ever heard of McDonald's that has the seating area is old train cars?
Oh no, I've never seen that one.
Look it up.
If you guys are ever in Northern California, you want to go to the Portola Train Museum. What was it? It was Western Pacific originally. Union Pacific took them over, and then they donated the property to the town. So they built a museum there, mainly diesels, but they do have an old Wild West, steam locomotive. But for $2, you can ride the train all day, and all the car does is pull cabooses from every decade. And they also have a World War II military car for soldiers. So you can ride on that. For $150, you can learn to run a diesel. And like other train museums where you've got to stay off everything, the only one that's roped off is the Wild West train. You can't get on that one. All the rest of them you can climb on and look through. You can also go into their mechanic shop and talk to them while they're restoring stuff. So
that's pretty neat.
Yeah, I learned to run 2 different diesel locomotives. It cost me $250 out of pocket. It was well worth it. It was just a fun day. Got to make it back there sometime.
My dad worked for the railroad. I got to run a locomotive back and forth on this piece of siding because he didn't have track and time, and my dad was an advantageous guy. So we had to stop and get off the rails. So while we were waiting, it was decided to drive this locomotive back and forth in the siding. It was a helper locomotive that just sat there idling.
Yeah. One of the cows. Yeah.
So we were just sitting there playing with it.
Yeah. We have a thing here called the Haunted Road. It's less than an hour from me. They say it's an optical illusion, but it looks like a hill that goes upward, and you pull up to the line on the road. There's a big, huge sign there that announces you pull up to the line on the road, and you put your vehicle in neutral, and your car goes uphill in neutral.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
So I'm thinking of driving over there one day. Of course, not when gas is $4.17 a gallon, but
you guys are only paying $4.17.
Yeah, and it just went up 2 days ago.
That was
$3.87 to $4.17 in one day, Zach. 40 cents in one day.
Rob, if you ever make it back out to the West Coast, they actually have houses that are like that in Oregon and Northern California. When you walk in, they've got this board there, and you set a marble to bottom, and it rolls uphill.
See, that's just too cool.
And when you walk, you look up to the house, it looks on a sound like this, but when you step in, it's level.
Did somebody say marble?
Marble. Yep.
Marble.
We got a thing called magnetic hill, and you just do the same thing that you were talking about.
Yeah. Florida's uphill roll.
Anyway,
it's called Spook Hill.
Spook Hill.
It's called Spook Hill. The enigmatic road in Florida that gravity forgot. It's on the Florida Day Trip website. Here's a picture of it. You can see where it looks like it goes uphill.
5 miles. What was it before? It was 379.
So you can see right there on the picture, there's a line right there, and then that looks like it goes uphill, and you put your car in neutral right here, and then it goes up what looks like up the hill. Nick, have a good night, sir.
Night, Nick.
Night, Nick.
Night, Nick.
So where is that at? Let me pull up where that's at, how far from me.
Yeah, I gotta go.
Night, Michael.
Night, Michael.
All right, guys. See you guys Friday.
Hope so.
Yep.
Okay.
Later, mermaid.
Okay.
Night, mermaid.
Get your roast together for Dan.
Yeah.
Okay. The one I was talking about is called the Oregon Vortex House. Good night, Anna. Let's see.
Bill, are we on until 11:30, 12?
No, we're gonna shut down here in a minute.
Oh, okay.
We're already past Bill's bedtime, but we got him and Rob down a rabbit hole. I think Richie might have
Yeah.
lost in the hole
Well,
too.
and we had Mike Mallyman and I had poor Mike up to almost midnight, or Bill up to midnight last night.
Oh my.
Valley Man don't usually stay up late.
He was trying to beat Rob. He didn't need to find very much to beat him either. He's like, I need one coin.
Good night, Chuck. Thanks for the laughs.
Later, Chuck.
There's one of them. I've been to that one too. There's a couple more.
You got a crooked house like that in Calico.
Yeah.
Was it crooked or is it level?
Well, this one's crooked. The one I walked into, it looked level from the outside, but it wasn't. I've been to this one too. That you can tell when you walk in. So.
Yeah, we got all kinds of buildings around here look like that.
But the thing is, when you walk into this house and you put a marble on the right-hand side, it rolls uphill.
Yeah, we don't have that.
No, I got a lot of hills to ride up though. These roads up here are horrible, man.
It is 60 miles east of Tampa. Yeah, I'll go over there one of these days.
Okay, guys, it's been fun. It's been real, and it's been real fun.
All righty, I'll get Colonel's
Hey, everyone.
$2 bill out.
Later, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Take care.
Peace all. Good night.